Hello everyone and welcome to this brand new video. I've got kind of a makeshift setup today. I'm just using my phone as a microphone because I'm in Berlin traveling right now. But let's just get right into it. So how to 10x your output from content. I think I've seen this so often that people are just doing content for their personal brands, for their coaching business, for their creator business, freelancer business, high ticket business, whatever you want to talk, whatever you want to call it. Really inefficiently. They're posting highly edited content that takes ages. They're not being consistent. And most importantly, they're not developing a unique style to stand out. And they don't know what content, they don't know the function of content. They don't know the different styles of content that has different functions. Okay. So before we get into this training, let's make a good use of your time and just let you know what you don't need and what you do need and what you're looking for when it comes to content, okay? So what you don't need is a $4,000 camera, an expensive editor, or an amazing editing skills, or you don't even have to go viral, okay? What you do need is a willingness to create a unique style, patience, and focus on systems. Now, in this video itself, I'm only going to focus on content. I've got other videos on my channel that goes over systems and how to not go viral and just create a system that actually always gets you traffic. But for this video, it's strictly content. What you're looking for is a simple and effective framework to create content that reaches the right people and a way to pave your unique path. And also, you just want a professional look, right? You want people to look at your profile. You want people to look at your content and be amazed by how good it looks. So a bit about myself. My name is Hiette. I dropped out of dropped out of university, from Fashion Design University to become a creator because I realized I wanted to create a fashion brand. I couldn't develop the skills there, and I wanted to build up my skills as an entrepreneur and build my own company. That was always my goal. And if I knew now what I knew then, Jesus Christ. As you can tell, I'm very tired. But basically, what I found out is personal branding is everything, right? When you have a founder-led business, you can market yourself in the most amazing way possible. And back in the day, I didn't know that. I was building my personal brand without having a personal brand behind it. My clothing brand. And I just couldn't grow. And I didn't build the skills that I wanted to in university. But once I learned the skills, I've been able to work with amazing creators, make over 7 figures in annual recurring revenue between all my clients and myself. And it's just been an epic journey. And this is how I've been able to scale from around 2,000 followers to almost 18,000 followers in 6 months. And then also making amazing content. Okay. So I'm going to share, kind of my content style that I'm developing and exactly how you can, develop your own style. And I'm going to show you a few things that kind of sticks out in this video. So let's just get right into it. I'm just going to go back and just show you the video, and then I can break it down.
If you're a professional at what you do, regardless of what niche you're in, you shouldn't be charging the lowest price, but instead you should be charging a premium. And this is exactly why. Fitness, mindset, dating coaches, social media marketers, and freelancers, this all applies to you. Instead of just money grabbing and launching a low ticket $100 course that isn't going to get anyone results, you should create a high intensity 90-day program that gets them from point A to point B. Not only is it going to get you faster to your 10, 20, 30K plus months, but you also don't need as much volume to get a few clients this way. You only need a few thousand followers. Also, your clients are going to get better results because they're working more intensely with you and more committed as well. If you want me to stop yapping here and actually give you a detailed breakdown on how you can implement this yourself, simply follow me and comment brand and I'll send it over.
Okay, so this is basically my content style. Now, what do you notice? You notice there's 2 different font styles, right? There's this font style. This font style. There's a specific LUT on the footage. So if you don't know what a LUT is, it's a lookup table. So it gives like a certain cinematic look. And then I've got this black frame around that also makes me even more unique because not everyone has that. Now, this just makes me stand out from the crowd, okay? On top of that, I've got this black and yellow vibe on my profile for carousels, right? And throughout my whole brand, for Creator One, for my program, for my website, for everything, I've got this black and yellow style. Now this isn't an embed, but this is a carousel, right? If you look at my profile, you can see I've got carousels, I've got pictures, I've got these reels, and yeah, today I'm going to show you exactly how I've been able to go from 2,000 followers last month, November, not last year, November. Now it's beginning of March to 17,000, and exactly how I've been able to get the right people on my page that I can actually nurture and close and all that good stuff. Okay, so let's just get right into it. So we'll focus on 3 key elements to improve your content. So it's going to be style, it's going to be your type or the purpose of content that you're, like the purpose of what the content should actually do for your page, and then also efficiency, okay? So let's just get right into the first one. So the biggest thing that I've seen is a lot of people are copying, other people's brands, other people's styles, but it's not really allowing them to stand out. And that's why you have to develop your own style. So here's a few different questions you can ask yourself. What fonts do you use, right? Do you have a main font? Do you have an accent font? Just like me. I'm not going to reveal my fonts that I use, but you can use, let's say, a serif font and a sans serif font. So you have like a straight font like this. As you can tell, even for this presentation, I use them. That's how consistent I've been throughout my branding, is even for this presentation, I'm using this font, right? Which is I'm pretty sure it's a sans serif font. And then for this font, it's a serif font, which has these kind of hooks on it, right? I always like this contrast when you take accent fonts. So just keep that in mind. And you can use that for your branding, for everything, okay? Now, what are the main colors, right? For me, it's black and yellow. And so the main colors, or black, yellow, and white, if you really want to be specific. So just take a main color and then an accent color. So for me, the main color is black and white, I guess, or those neutral colors. And then you want to take an accent color. What vibe do you want to communicate, right? Do you want to be playful, luxurious, funny, eccentric, right? Depending on what niche you're in and who you want to attract, this will make a big difference. For example, if you go back to here, my vibe is kind of dark, kind of mystical, just kind of serious as well. And it all has this very dark look to it. And I really enjoy that. And that's why I hope that my audience enjoys it too. So this comes down, like I said, to how you want to build your audience and how you want them to perceive you as an authority, okay? Now, I'm hooked you up with a website that you can use to basically understand, okay, what colors do I want to use for my brand? colorhunt.co. And you can basically go in here and you can pick color codes and all that good stuff. Keep in mind, write down the color codes. Like, don't just, I don't understand why people just click a random yellow color and just call that like brand. No, it needs to be the exact color. It needs to be the exact same font. So build like a brand guideline page on a PDF or Notion or whatever you use and write this stuff down so you can always grab from it and keep it consistent. Okay. And of course, like everyone tells you, you want to pick 5 to 10 creators that you aim to authority hijack in order to build your own style. So let's say, for example, you like Tom Nosky, you like Dan Coe, you like Alex Hormozy, and you want to pick different elements of those people's brands and you want to build your own from it. So, and this even comes down to tonality, right? Tonality and how they speak, what's their expertise, what's their passions and values, and how this can relate to your story and product and the way you communicate value. Now, obviously, this is more about like their knowledge and exactly what they're teaching, but obviously you want to relate this to style too. For example, Dan Coe, black and white. I've adopted that, kind of simplistic style. Alex Hormozy, he's kind of very playful, to be honest, with his page, with his content. He's got very bright colors. He's very playful, even coming down to his books and his graphics and stuff like that. It's very childlike almost. So if you really enjoy that, you can take those elements and interpret that in your brand. Tom Nosky, right? He's very, very cinematic, very lifestyle oriented, okay? With his Ironmans and all that good stuff. And I've also adopted that in my brand, but took my own unique color scheme in it and made it a bit more darker, a little bit more mystical. Now, an example of a brand guideline, this is just like a brief summary so you kind of know what to do. And that's, for example, let's say your font is, let me actually move myself a little bit closer here. So let's say your font is Montserrat and your color is red and black. And obviously you want to include the color codes. And you want to have a serious tone with motivation in order to build authority. Let's say you're a fitness coach, for example. And you want to take life inspiration from Tom Noss, take business content from Alex, and text-based value content from Dan, as an example here, right? Dan obviously does the text posts. I think now he's doing reels, but the majority is text. And this is how I want to introduce my story and the values that I have in order to relate to my audience. Okay? And this is how you can get something similar to this. Now, obviously, I don't want you guys to copy me, but here I'm introducing, with a carousel, here I'm introducing my vibe, and then my reels and my text and all that all kind of relates back to that vibe, okay? So, yeah, that's all about style. Now, I don't want to keep this video too long, but hopefully from this information, you can already understand, okay, colors and style and branding, it's important. Right? It's seriously important. A lot of people get into business thinking, okay, I don't really need to activate my creative side of my brain, right? But that's couldn't be further from the truth. Okay, you have to do this. Worst case scenario, you pay someone to build this for you, but if you really want to get this top notch, it's gonna be expensive. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. So if you're a beginner, or if let's say you're a coach or a freelancer and you've got a few clients and you want to scale, build this yourself. Okay. Some people have a creative eye, some people don't. If you know someone that has that creative eye, because I'll be honest, a lot of people don't have it. If you know someone that has that creative eye, ask for their feedback, ask what you would change, because it seriously matters. I luckily have this creative eye. I know what works. I know what stylistically makes sense, okay? So second is type, okay? Now, I made a previous video on this. I think I named the video How to Build Authority as a Creator or something along those lines. And I call it the S pillars. So basically when you're creating content, there's different buckets of content, okay? And for me, there's 4. Now, there's solve content. So this is basically content where you shift their beliefs, you educate them within the piece of content. For example, this mindset shift took me from feeling scarce in my life to feeling abundant. And then you talk about it. Share content. This is where you share your beliefs, your lifestyle. For example, I wanted a trip to Berlin. That's where I'm right now. And once I went there, I realized that taking time to just go back to your roots and meet your family, meet your friends, is really what is going to ground you to get to the next level in business. That could be sharing your lifestyle, your beliefs, and showing people more about you and your life, okay? Sell, problem awareness. So this is talking about case studies. This is talking about wins. This is talking about your methods, your systems, okay, and mechanisms. For example, let me go back here. This one where it's got the title, Fuck Building a Personal Brand, I talk about mechanisms. I talk about my systems in this one, okay? And I want you to keep in mind that even though there's 4 pillars here, that doesn't mean that solve content always needs to be a reel, or that share content always needs to be photos or whatever. This could be reels, carousels, stories, anything, right? And then supply content. Supply content is the same as all of these, except that you're going to have a call to action and provide them with an asset. So if you noticed on this video, at the end, I say, check out my video here and comment brand, and I'll send it over, okay? So that's all about the type of content. Now, this is going to make you 10x more effective because you're going to understand, okay, like if I make, for example, share content, I'm going to be able to relate more to my audience. If I make solve content, I'm going to be able to do X, Y, and Z. Now, like I said, I've got a video called How to Build Authority as a Creator. Watch that video, it goes more about this, okay? But that's the type of content. Now, 3, this is something that I think a lot of people overlook and completely undermine, which is how can I make my content like efficient to make? Because you don't want to be sitting there spending hours and hours every single day editing, filming, doing all that stuff, creating, building templates, all that stuff to make content. You want to make it easy and efficient, okay? For example, today, I don't have a piece of content to create. Okay, I'm traveling. I didn't build enough, I didn't have enough content ready in advance. So what I could do is I could use my template here and just build another one of these because I don't have to record something, okay? Obviously, this piece of content on carousels has more of a different function than Reels. Reels helps more for growth. Carousels helps more for like retargeting and kind of already like sending that information to your current audience mostly. So think about these two questions, okay? How much time can I allocate monthly, weekly to create content for my audience? Let's say you're really busy. Let's say, content creation and building your coaching business isn't your full-time thing yet. How much time do I have per week or per month to allocate to make content? If you've got very little, think about just making very short, very easy, very simple videos with your iPhone and post them. Okay? I'm serious. Like, a lot of people don't think about this stuff. How much time, and then you have the second question you want to ask is, how much time do I want to spend? Right? You might have a lot of time, but you don't want to spend all of it on making content. And then literally, like a scientist, think, okay, how long does it take me to script 10 videos? How much does it take for me to record it? How much time does it take for me to edit it? For me to script, record, and edit 10 videos, it takes me roughly 5 hours. 5-6 hours, okay? So if I do that on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis, that will take me 15 hours, right, per month to create the content for the month. Now, tips for 10x efficiency. Now, you want to create a few assets. This is going to help you speed up your whole process. You want to create a B-roll folder, just like you saw in the video of mine that I showed you. I had B-roll. Now, I didn't record them all on that same day. I had them available so I could just pull them into my video. Create carousel templates in Canva, right? So obviously, I don't build this every single time. I've got a template that I always reuse, and that saves me a fuck ton of time, okay? So people need to be doing this shit. So, and then finally, you want to batch script, batch record. Now, obviously, this is self-explanatory. Some people don't think about this stuff. And then finally, create a recording or setup shot, right? I always record in the same lighting, the same setup. And then finally, download editing assets to save time and improve quality. Now, if you just downloaded Premiere Pro or you just downloaded CapCut, the stock stuff that they have sucks ass. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? So you might have to invest $50, $100 in getting some editing assets, some overlays, some things like that. Luckily, everyone in my program in Creator One gets templates, they get the overlays, they get everything for them. But if you don't have them, invest in it, buy it, okay? Now, I'm going to get into a bonus because I love everyone that watches my videos. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It means a ton. But I'm going to give you a little bit of a bonus. And that is, you need to figure out your schedule, okay? So for me, with my schedule, what works currently is 3 carousels a week, 3 reels a week, and then 1 lifestyle post / it's kind of like a Joker post, right? I can post kind of what I want. So I get to post every single day. And also, as a bonus, lower your friction. Make content extremely easy at first and always up the quality and effort as time goes on, or you get someone to do it for you. And finally, the biggest note is just start. Like, seriously, just start. Speed is key. All of my clients in Creator One know this, that speed is key. There will always be doubt and anxiety around being consistent on social media. And at the end of the day, you're putting yourself out there for thousands to see. So of course, it's going to be a bit nerve-wracking. But just start and innovate as you go, okay? I hope this training was valuable for you guys. I hope it was short and sweet and gave you the insights you need to improve your content, build it more in a unique manner. And yeah, if you want to learn more about my systems in a more holistic manner, click the first link in the description. It goes over a 30-minute video that breaks down from A to Z exactly how to scale your coaching business to $20K a month. And yeah, other than that, please subscribe, comment a question if you have any questions about this, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.